Tonight on SportsDesk, silencing the Seminoles. Our In the Trenches crew will break down how Canes football could take down their biggest rival tomorrow night.
And next, a horse, of course, will bring you the story of one of the more unique club sports on campus.
And finally, something in the orange. The O Sports Roundup team has the scoop on how Miami beat Syracuse in not one, but two different sports.
All this and more.
SportsDesk starts right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching SportsDesk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching SportsDesk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching SportsDesk.
Hello and welcome to another episode of SportsDesk. I'm Wrigley Court.
And I'm Annie Watson. Wrigley, it's homecoming week here at Miami. It's the best time to be a Miami fan.
Well, it's a great time to be a Miami fan. But before we talk about the homecoming game, we got to talk about last week. Coming out of the bye week, Canes football looked to stay hot against the Louisville Cardinals. Let's head on over to L&N Stadium in Kentucky for the highlights. Canes taking on the Cardinals in Louisville halfway through the fourth quarter here. Miami up 3-0. But here comes Isaac Brown. He finds a hole, and he's going to take that one all the way. 2 minutes later, Cam Ward looking, rolling left. He's looking in the back of the end zone, and he's going to find Jacoby George. He's going to haul that one in for a touchdown. Start of the second quarter now. Cam Ward, he's moving around. He's looking. He's going to find Sam Brown. He's going to go all the way there for the touchdown. Halfway through the quarter now, Tyler Shuck, he's looking around, and he's going to find Ja'Cory Brooks, and that's a bad man. Moving to the fourth quarter now, start of the fourth quarter, all tied up. A.J. Allen is going to tumble into the end zone. He's going to break the tie. Miami's going to gain the lead there. And now 4 minutes left. Damian Martinez, he had some angry runs all day, but this might have been his best. He was not going to get denied going into the end zone. He's going to seal the game as the Canes win 52-45.
It's rivalry week here in Miami, and the Canes are preparing to face Florida State tomorrow at Hard Rock Stadium. Our In the Trenches crew is here to tell us what the Canes can do to break their losing streak against the Noles. Guys?
Thanks, Annie. Welcome back to In the Trenches. I'm your host, Jaden Kohi, joined by analyst Carter Lutz. The Canes remain victorious and undefeated after a 52-45 win against Louisville last weekend. That is their fourth 50-point outing so far this season, and they may have another one to come.
Yeah, people are upset with the way this Miami defense has played, but we take a look at plays like these. Something that they did on Saturday, they made the big play. And Louisville, in this spot in the game, backed up on their own territory. Miami needed to do something to change the tide of the game. And when you're in these races, first to 50 points, it feels like the defense has to do something special, and that was good right there. So you got to mix the hot with the cold.
Absolutely. It's ironic to me that one of the most powerful offenses in the country is teaming up with a defense that has had a lot of work to do so far this season.
Let's take a look at that powerful offense, and it starts with Cam Ward. I mean, the guy is a highlight machine right here. Not a lot of players, not a lot of teams in the country have the leisure that Miami does. We see him roll outside the pocket here, just throws a dart to the back left corner of the end zone. Absolutely tremendous. Teams don't have this leisure where your quarterback is so comfortable under the pocket. He can move outside. He can step up. Right here, takes his time, just lofts one over the middle of the field, finds his receiver with a ton of green grass to work with. And then we go towards a later part in the game. Crucial spot. Miami needs a touchdown here on 3rd and 6. Just a perfect throw to Xavier Restrepo. That connection is proving to be one of the best in the country. You see it again right here. Just the jaw-dropping play that we saw from Saturday. Rolls outside again, heaves it down the sideline, finds Restrepo. What a throw and catch. Really encapsulate how well this Miami offense has played this season. You take a look at the numbers right there. Cam Ward's tremendous. He's the leading Heisman candidate for a reason, and they got to keep trusting Cam if they want this offense to take this team to new heights.
They've set themselves up for a good place, but how can they become 8-0?
Well, we take a look at Carter's clues. You got to beat your rival. It's rivalry week, and that starts with sacking the Seminoles. Defense, as I said, hot and cold. Got to bring the pressure early. Number 2, the 4 horsemen, those 4 receivers for Miami have been tremendous all season long. Got to keep it up against the Seminoles. And number 3, snap the streak. Please do it for everyone rooting for Miami. Got to beat Florida State.
It's Miami's homecoming week, so there'll be a lot of media attention. Thank you so much for watching. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. With the Noles coming into town, the Miami faithful are gearing up for a big game at Hard Rock Stadium. Manny Nacarado took to the streets to find out how Canes fans are feeling ahead of the big game.
What's going on, Canes fans? We're back with everyone's favorite segment, Manny on the Street. And this week, we went around, talked to some students about the big game this weekend, FSU versus Miami. It's the homecoming game, and it's homecoming week on campus. And we asked a bunch of students what they think is going to be the outcome of the game and how they've been enjoying homecoming so far. Who's going to win Miami FSU at Hard Rock?
No doubt it's going to be the Canes.
All right, and what's a final score prediction we think?
Final score, I'm thinking we run up the score like they did to us 2 years ago. We're going to hit them with 45-3.
Miami hands down.
Miami's going to cover.
Miami's going to cover the spread. That's 19.5 points. You think they're going to cover?
Yes. Man, the Canes got to take the win here. I mean, it's huge that we did.
And with Miami being undefeated, Canes fans have a reason to be confident. So I asked, what are they most excited for about Saturday's game?
So what are you most excited for Saturday? Is it the atmosphere? What is it?
I'm most excited for the explosive offense that Cam Ward is able to produce. And I'm also super excited to finally beat the Noles.
I'm ready to watch all the FSU fans cry.
Oh, that's real. You took that personally, and I like that.
Everybody go to Hard Rock. I don't care that it's Halloween weekend or whatever, go to Hard Rock. You need to see the Canes thrash FSU.
Well, there you have it. Canes fans think Miami's going to take care of business Saturday night against the Noles, but more importantly, let's try and pack out Hard Rock. Well, that's all I have for today. Now back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Manny. Coming up on Sports Desk, basketball season is upon us, and our Hurricane Hang Time crew has a lowdown on what to expect for this season. Don't go anywhere.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
It's almost November, which can only mean one thing. Canes hoop season is upon us. Our Hurricane Hang Time crew is here to break down how the coaches are feeling with the first game just 1 week away. Guys.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to Hurricane Hang Time. I'm your host, Penelope Gilbert, joined by analysts Gio Alonso and Mia Hausman. We're just a week away from seeing Canes basketball tip off at Watsco for both the men's and women's exhibition games. But Gio, Coach Jim Larrañaga seems to be optimistic going into the season, but also has a few concerns. Tell us a little bit about what he's looking out for.
Well, you're absolutely right, Penelope. Coach Larrañaga was very optimistic, but he was also very honest with the media in his press conference this past Monday. He does have some concerns. Let's start off with one of his main ones. Kyrie Huey, a major front court transfer, has been ruled out. He has an injury on what appeared to be his wrist on Monday. Penelope, there's no exact timetable for his return. This is going to put a lot of stress on Miami players Brandon Johnson and Lynn Kidd, guys who just transferred in, who are just learning the system. Miami lost a huge portion of their front court depth due to this injury. But that's not the only concern Coach Larrañaga had with this upcoming season. There's also some concern with the size of the starting backcourt this year. Nigel Pack and Jalen Blackman are both under 6'3". Nigel Pack is 6 foot flat according to the Miami Hurricanes basketball roster, and Jalen Blackman is 6'2". Now, if Jaleel Bethea is included heavily into the rotation, that goes up a little bit because he's 6'5", but still, those are some concerns Coach Larrañaga had for this upcoming season.
Moving on to the women's team, Coach Tricia Culp spoke at a press conference for Media Day. Mia, what did she have to say about the Lady Canes?
Yeah, Penelope, Coach Cullip had one word throughout her entire press conference, and that word was culture. She wanted to build a strong foundation for this team to grow from, and that started really in the recruitment process, through practices, and eventually into games. Sports fans know that when teams play for each other, the results are usually quite good, so the Canes should have a lot to look forward to this season. In addition to that confidence and culture, there was also an uptick in paint presence with Cameron Williams and Natalia Marshall, so it should be a fantastic season.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. Switching from the court to the course, one Canes golfer is looking to chip her shot at a game of Would You Rather in this week's edition of Athlete of the Week.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Athlete of the Week. I'm your host, Dylan Davis, and today from Canes Golf, I'm joined with Rebecca Gardner. Rebecca, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we always start out with a little game, so we're going to play Would You Rather. I'm going to give you two options, and you're going to decide which one you would rather do, okay? Can I have 15 seconds on the clock? All right, would you rather sleep without a pillow or without a blanket?
Without a blanket.
Blanket? Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere in the world or be able to read minds?
Read minds.
Would you rather get in a fight with a lion or a shark?
A lion.
Perfect. Okay, let's dive in. So this past week was the Mercedes-Benz Collegiate in Knoxville, and you were one of 5 Miami golfers to be inside the top 20. Can you tell me a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, that was a really fun week. I think it was really nice to see our hard work paying off. We all worked very hard throughout the semester. And yeah, we all fought well and contributed, so it was really nice to get the win and hopefully continue with that momentum to this week.
Definitely, definitely. What would you say motivates you to be better at golf? What or who motivates you?
Well, I'd say my dream to one day is to play professionally, so that motivates me every day. But I would say just being here and being a part of the U, you know, the people here, the staff, my teammates, they're all really good people and they care a lot, and I just want to go out and play my best every time I put on the shirt.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And lastly, what's one goal you have for this season?
I'd probably say to play the national championship as a team.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And that's all we have today on this week's edition of Athlete of the Week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Dylan. Although the palm trees don't change colors this time of year, it's still fall, which isn't just the time for football season. Our reporter Penelope Gilbert sat down with another club sport that's in the peak of their competition season.
In a city better known for its beaches than its barns, UM senior Jessica Ward takes the reins of the equestrian team as club president.
I was about 5 when I did my first horse camp. I got pretty competitive about it by the time I was in middle school. In high school, I was homeschooled, so I could follow the horse show circuit, and I'm very happy I get to continue to ride in college.
With so few opportunities to ride at the collegiate level, Ward works hard to make this club accessible for riders at UM.
I spend a lot of time working with club sports so that we can make this happen. So we make sure we have carpools for freshmen, transportation to and from the shows, we have everything booked, everything set up.
Assistant coach Kira Petrunin says riders at UM share a common determination to learn.
All I've seen from everyone is just a really great motivation to do the best that they can do. Even the riders that have never sat on a horse before, they're just coming out to learn as much as they can, and makes it easy to coach these students.
That's your correct lead. And there's a lot more that goes into riding than what meets the eye.
It's surprisingly physical. The better that you are at riding, the easier you make it look. You have to be really strong, and a lot of the muscles that you use when you're riding, you don't really use doing other sports and activities.
Because the team varies in skill set, Ward says it's important to have motivation to win competitions, but also to have fun.
Everyone loves to win, but I don't want the club to turn into everyone only cares about winning. Even if we go to the shows and we have a rough day as a team, I want us to go out to dinner as a team at the end of the day and still be happy, be fun, be ready to move to the next day.
And the community Ward has built for riders at UM is one that she is proud of.
Everyone's here for the same thing. We're here because we love to ride horses.
For UMTV, I'm Penelope Gilbert.
Thanks, Penelope. Up next on SportsDesk, Canes football isn't just dominating the ACC, they're dominating IG. We'll go behind the post after the break. But first, it's time for some trivia. Miami is undefeated in ACC play coming into tomorrow night's game against FSU. But when was the last time the Canes beat the Seminoles at home? Is it A, 2016, B, 2018, C, 2019, or D, 2020? The answer when SportsDesk returns.
Okay, so how do you guys think we're gonna do at the FSU game? Any thoughts?
I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be rowdy. It's gonna be good, but we gotta keep our eye on the prize.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Welcome back. If you guessed D, you got it. The 12th ranked Canes defeated FSU 52-10 at home in primetime. Derek King threw for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Florida State quarterbacks combined for 3 interceptions. Canes volleyball and soccer are rolling after big wins against Syracuse this week. Riley McManus and Tucker Kinney are here to break down all of that and more on the O Sports Roundup.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the O Sports Roundup. I'm Tucker Kinney.
And I'm Riley McManus. It was an eventful week, so let's kick it off with soccer. Tucker, fill us in.
Yes, Riley, the soccer team had an emphatic display against Syracuse last night. In a 3-1 win, which marked their highest scoring road conference game since October of 2022, Giovanna Canales opened the scoring with her 9th goal of the season. The Canes dominated from there on, limiting Syracuse to only 2 shots on target. Their impressive defensive displays have been recognized as Emily McCartney was named Code ACC Defensive Player of the Week. They will look to continue their fine form this Sunday against Boston College at 12:30 p.m. Well, Riley, the volleyball team had 2 shutouts this weekend. Tell us about it.
Well, Tucker, the Canes had a successful weekend on the road, sweeping both Syracuse and Boston College. On Friday, the Canes took down Syracuse in a 3-0 victory, where junior Flormarine Heredia Colon led the Canes with 11 kills and 4 blocks, alongside senior Ashley Carr, who had 5 blocks and 5 kills. They kept this momentum going on Sunday, where they faced Boston College and won again in a 3-0 victory, making them 13-6 for the season. The Canes will now look to head to North Carolina, where they will face UNC and Duke. Another successful Hurricanes team was golf this week, as they won their first tournament of the season in Knoxville, Tennessee at the Mercedes-Benz Collegiate. A standout performance from Chloe Amion Villarino, where she sunk a hole-in-one on a 183-yard par 3 second hole. Looking ahead, they will host the Hurricanes Invitational on October 28th and 29th. Tucker, tennis also had a successful week. Tell us about it.
The women's team had a successful outing at the Intercollegiate Tennis Association Southeast Regional Finals in Georgia. Junior Raquel Gonzalez had a dominant display, winning all but her final match as she punched her way to the NCAA Singles Championships in Waco, Texas. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, guys. Breast Cancer Awareness Month may be coming to a close, but the Susan G. Komen organization works hard all year long. Jordan Cirillo gives us the details on how they support the cause in a fun and fit way.
Jamie Bellamy started the Susan G. Komen Miami Fort Lauderdale Walk 34 years ago as a tribute to her grandmother and great-grandmother, who both passed away from breast cancer.
We just want people to come out of this experience also honoring the people that they know that have breast cancer and that have survived, and just understand the experience that they've been through and to celebrate them.
Each year, an estimated 310,720 women and 2,800 men are diagnosed with breast cancer, while approximately 42,250 women and 530 men lose their lives to the disease annually. On October 19th, 6,500 participants laced up their sneakers at Amelia Earhart Park in Hialeah to raise awareness and funds for those affected by breast cancer. Survivors, families, and supporters decked out in pink walked together, each step representing hope, remembrance, and the drive to find a cure.
It's like knowing that there's other people who are also in the struggle, and they have so much support, and they support each other, and they're always taking up donations. They're always trying to find a cure.
The event featured a special tent for breast cancer survivors to gather before the walk, as well as a letter-writing station where participants could write messages in memory of those who had lost the battle with breast cancer.
It lets people know that they're not alone. When we walk for one another and support, it lets everyone know that you're not alone. Everyone has a story, everyone goes through something, but when you're supporting and you walk for them, it lets people know that you're not alone.
Walking for breast cancer is not just a symbolic act. It's also a healthy and proactive way to fight the disease.
One of the risk factors for breast cancer is being a healthy weight for your body type. So walking is one of the greatest ways to lose weight or to be in shape. So it's a great reminder that most of us can all walk. And if you can't walk, we have people in wheelchairs here.
The walk has raised $550,000 so far and will continue annually to celebrate the fight against breast cancer. For UMTV, I'm Jordan Cerullo.
There's a bit of a chill in the air, but Zach Macer always brings the heat. Let's see what he's got cooking up on this week's edition of Behind the Post.
So, it's homecoming week and we play FS who? Hurricanes football. You know what to do. From everything Hurricanes you see on your phone, you know when I'm on SportsDesk, it's time to go to your kitchen and grab a scone. Take it back to the couch, prepare to coast. I'm Zach Macer, and it's time to take you behind the post. The big homecoming stage calls for some of the biggest swag in the game. Miami's going with the Miami Knights unis for tomorrow's game, and boy, they're so fresh, I might have to put some pics in a picture frame. But what's even more fresh is the ad campaign of quarterback Cam Ward. Him and Adidas cooked on this one.
Working my way up, better every year. The work, the dreams, this is it. I'm gonna take it all.
Look, he might be a Heisman candidate, but he might have been a Naismith College Player of the Year in a different universe. Take a look. Yeah, he's a baller, folks. Also, congrats Xavier Restrepo for being tapped into Iron Arrow. The biggest honor at the University of Miami is now part of the biggest X factor for Canes football. Congrats, X. And finally, if you haven't heard already, the U has a new president. Joe Echevarria is the man at the helm, and without him, Mario Cristobal wouldn't be here at the U 100%. Listen to this.
But there's a guy that brought this vision together almost 3 years ago with a bunch of other guys as well. And then yesterday, he was named the new president.
Look, that's all the time I have tonight, but don't worry, I'll be here every week, and when you see me on Behind the Post, you know I'll bring out my sick rhyming technique. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Zach. Still ahead on SportsDesk, a group took to Key Biscayne to run the bases for a cause. All that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Thousands of kids start vaping, and I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is vaping? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, Backpack Kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on. Let's go.
Oh, Honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Earlier this week, one South Florida organization rounded the bases in their annual kickball tournament to raise awareness for environmental conservation. Reporter Olivia Flynn has the story.
With sneakers laced up and teams assembled, participants dove into a day filled with friendly competition, delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a greater purpose: protecting our oceans and wildlife.
At Morays, the idea is we want to promote environmental stewardship in general. So this is one of the events that we put on every year. And we also get sponsors involved, sponsors that have helped out our organization, sponsors that are involved in the community to raise awareness for their causes as well.
The funds raised during this event will go directly toward nonprofits like Rescue Reef, Move, the Miami-Dade Sea Turtle Conservation Program, and Morays, also known as the Marine Order for Research and Action through Environmental Stewardship. Each participant had the chance to join a kickball team and take part in a historical tour of this iconic location.
We do the entire event with zero waste. It is an environmentally friendly event, so we try to set an example for coming out here and doing it the right way.
Talking about doing things the right way, Rescue Reef is making waves in coral restoration, with a dedicated team from the University of Miami's Rosenstiel School working to preserve our oceans. Diego Ferreira is one of the many passionate about the cause.
We have a land-based nursery right around the corner from here where we fragment corals and grow them there and then outplant them out on the reef.
Along with their important work restoring coral reefs, Diego and the team also value building connections and fostering a sense of community within conservation efforts.
Yeah, so I came with a bunch of my friends from Rescue Reef, and I'm just excited to play and have fun and also get to know people that I haven't met in the scientific community, in conservation, and just hang out and have fun.
The event wasn't just about kickball, it was about community spirit and making an impact. In the end, it was the Museum Volunteers for the Environment, also known as MOVE, who took home the win, clinching victory in the kickball tournament. But the real winners were the participating nonprofits, as everyone came together to support environmental conservation in South Florida. Reporting for UMTV, I'm Olivia Flynn.
Thank you, Olivia. With the NFL season almost halfway over, every play and every game matters, especially for division rivals. Let's take it to Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland for this week's Play of the Day. Our play of the day is in Cleveland. It is the opening drive of the Bengals-Browns game. Look at Charlie Jones. He goes through both special teams. Dustin Hopkins attempts to try and tackle him, and he's going, and he hurdles over the pylon, and he's gone. Charlie Jones, second-year wide receiver out of Purdue, goes 100 yards in the kick return for a touchdown. The Bengals end up beating the Browns in Cleveland 21-14. Jones was the AFC Special Team Player of the Week, and that touchdown from him is our Play of the Day.
From watching Tom and Jerry before school to suiting up for the Lakers, LeBron and Bronny James took the court together earlier this week. Let's send it off to Crypto.com Arena and witness NBA history together. Here we see LeBron and Bronny warming up together ahead of the opening night matchup against the Timberwolves on Tuesday night. And with 4 minutes left in the second quarter, the father and son took the court together for the first time in the regular season. All the eyes were on the 20-year-old rookie, but it was the 22-year vet, his dad, who made the first big play with this huge slam. He's showing off for the family there. The father and son in that game combined for 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks, though, honestly, most of those numbers came from Dad as the Lakers beat the T-Wolves 110-103. And Annie, I think it's so cool that LeBron got to play with his son. I never thought I'd see a player play that long.
I mean, we almost got it a couple years ago with Frank Gore and his son in the NFL, but the dad retired before the son could come up in the draft. And it's just incredible to see. I've never seen this before. When do you think it will ever happen again?
Honestly, hot take, Jason Tatum. His game is going to age well. Deuce Tatum, I don't know how old he is, but he's kind of getting up there. I think he can pull it off.
We'll just have to see in a few years, but this is just precedent. This is incredible, and history being made from one of our peers.
History being made, that's for sure. But that's all the time for tonight's edition of Sports Desk. Thanks for joining us.
Make sure to tune in next Friday for another episode, same time, same place.
Have a great night, everybody.